Recently, Eric Trump sat down for an interview with right-wing talk show host Candace Owens, where Candace asked the absolutely idiotic question of, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be? Right? That's basically what interviewers go to when they've got nothing else to say. And Eric Trump, of course, responded, Jesus. Right? Jesus is who we want to have dinner with if we could have dinner with anybody else on this planet. But listen to what Eric Trump says he would say to Jesus if he ever got that dinner date. Here it is.
You can have dinner with anybody dead or alive. You can't say Trump. You can't, well, you are Trump, but you can't say your father. I've already had dinner with him. Plenty of times.
How about Jesus?
Jesus, that's a good answer.
That'd be a good one, right?
What would you ask him?
Oh, God. Did you envision this happening to the United States of America? And did you ever envision a person as incompetent as Joe Biden running the United States of America? How in the world did this happen? Honestly, I might ask him if this is actually a ploy to show people the difference between Republican leadership and Democratic leadership.
So Eric Trump wants to sit down with Jesus and bitch about the Biden administration. Like, Jesus, did you ever think America would come to this? And Jesus would probably respond, what's America? I don't know if you know this, but I died in 33 AD, right? America wasn't a thing. You can't ask me if I ever thought America would come to this when it wasn't a thing when I was alive. Is this, you're doing this to show us the difference between Republicans and Democrats? I don't know what you're talking about. I would just like us to get the check and go ahead and get out of here. But what's really funny to me, what really stands out about that clip is how Candace is like, well, anybody besides Trump, because you've had dinner with him all the time. Look, I guarantee you, if Eric Trump could have dinner with anybody on this planet, it would probably be his daddy. Willing to bet he doesn't get invited over for Sunday supper all too often, right? It's very clear from their behaviors that these Trump kids are desperate for daddy's attention, everybody except Ivanka. So I think really she had to say that because she didn't want to end up with a tearjerker of an interview of Eric trying to say, like, I just want to eat with my dad. Take me to the ball game and have a hot dog. I don't know. But this Jesus thing, bitching to Jesus about the Biden administration, how horrible, how much pandering can you put into one statement? I hate when Republicans invoke Jesus like this, right? Because it's such a cop-out. It's such an easy thing to do because nobody can argue with Jesus. Nobody can argue when you pick Jesus. Like, oh, if I could have dinner with anybody, of course, it would be Christ himself. Okay, yeah, I mean, sure. It'd be kind of cool to have dinner with Kurt Cobain, maybe, but I guess Jesus, yeah, it's a better answer. It's such a cop-out. It's such obvious pandering. The Trump family, not a single one of them has anything in common with Jesus Christ or anything mentioned in the Bible. They are the very people that the Bible warned us against, both the Old and New Testaments. There's nothing religious about these people. They are philanderers. They are adulterers. They are grifters. They're all the worst things. They're false prophets at this point. Donald Trump is himself. They're all the things the Bible warned us against. So Eric, if you ever do somehow get that dinner with Jesus, I can assure you it's not going to go the way you think it will. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.